In this corner of the universe, where stars collide with poetry and the night is never enough, I find myself wondering, is it Jupiter in Gemini or is it Gemini in Jupiter? The idea floats in the air, like leaves on the windless night, hard to catch, impossible to ignore. Jupiter, the old gaseous giant, always expanding, always exaggerating, ventures into the territory of Gemini, the master of quick change and clever talk. It's like watching a magician trying to conduct a symphony. Clumsy, yes, but if not entertaining. Jupiter in Gemini, it's an attempt to juggle more balls than one can normally handle. It may not be practical, but it certainly draws attention. But what if we see it the other way around? Gemini in Jupiter. Imagine elusive Gemini with its quick wit and multiple facets, taking the reins of Jupiter's force. It's like giving a magician the power of a god. What tricks would they pull out of their hat? What worlds would they create or destroy with their persuasive talk and restless mind? In essence, both scenarios are two sides of the same cosmic coin. Jupiter in Gemini, Gemini in Jupiter. Perhaps it's not a word play, but an exchange of energies, where each teaches the other something new about how to be grand or how to be cunning. Jupiter learns to move with a bit more lightness, and Gemini touches the power to expand its influence beyond gossip and trivial talk. In this celestial dance, it's not so much about who leads, but how they move together. It's a waltz between knowledge and wisdom, between expansion and agility. Each step they take is a brushstroke on the canvas of the sky, a note in the symphony of the cosmos. Perhaps the question shouldn't be if it's Jupiter in Gemini or Gemini in Jupiter, but what music they make together as we spin through the galaxy. So, while I watch the stars play their games, I keep thinking, in the game of the heavens, each configuration is a poem, each alignment a song, and we, mere mortals with eyes on the stars, are the lucky ones who get to listen. Welcome to the verbal extravaganza of the year, Jupiter in Gemini, or Gemini in Jupiter. Prepare for a tsunami of terms, a hurricane of hyperboles, and an earthquake of theories. This is not just an astrological transit, it's a pyrotechnic spectacle of possibilities. A fireworks party where each spark could illuminate a new concept, and each explosion could ignite delight messy debates. Imagine a world where every conversation is a cascade of creativity, a parade of dialectical depth. This transit doesn't just speak, it declaims. It doesn't just argue, it dissects. This is a moment where words don't talk, they dance, they glide, they leap, and sometimes they fly. Communication under this transit isn't just an exchange of information, it's an art, an aerial acrobatic of articulation. Here, under Jupiter in Gemini, ideas multiply like rabbits in spring. Each thought born brings twins, triplets, quadruplets. No more monotonous monologues. It's the era of dynamic dialogues, where each theory is a springboard for another, each hypothesis a seed for a dozen more. This is a moment in cosmic history where thinking small is a cardinal sin, Thinking big, bold is the new norm. Also, prepare for the vortex of verbosity, a verbal whirlwind that can strip the unprepared of their ability to condense thoughts. With Jupiter in Gemini, more is more. Why use one word when you can use 20? Why stay silent when you can turn your conclusions into a symphony of synonyms, an opera of opinions? In this dance of discourse, each sentence is a fanfare, each word a jewel. Rhetoric here is not just a means of expression, it's a display, a spectacle, a festival. And each one of us, dear listeners, are not just participants, we are potential poets, pocket philosophers, artists of argumentation, dancing on a balcony built of chatter and jokes. So, as we embark on this Jupiter in Gemini, let's celebrate the superlativeness of our brainstorms. Let our conversations be chaotic, our theories torrid, and our words a wild wave of wonders. In this feast of the mind, we are all invited to be excessive, extravagant, and yes, even a little eccentric. After all, isn't life too short to speak in whispers when the universe invites us to shout in technicolor? Planetary transits act as catalysts that offer us the opportunity to update and refine our natal planetary energies from new or more contemporary perspectives. Each transit of Jupiter provides a unique lens through which we can see and experience the quality of the sign it transits from a different angle. Indeed, as can be observed in the natal chart, we all carry the 12 signs of the zodiac within us. The term modern here refers to an idea of being in tune with current times or with new current of thoughts. Jupiter, by transiting through different signs, connects us with the prevailing trends and energies of the moment, expanding them in its exploration, allowing us to integrate this influence into how we interact with the world, thus updating our perspectives and responses. Suppose your natal Venus is in Capricorn, which typically indicates a conservative and traditional attitude towards relationships and values. When Jupiter transits a sign like Aquarius, known for its focus on innovation and community, it might inspire you to explore new ways of relating to others or to reconsider your values in the context of broader social trends, without losing its intrinsically Capricornian quality. This dynamic approach to transits not only enriches our personal experience, but also drives us to grow and adapt in ways that are more aligned with the changing environment and our own internal transformations. The birth chart should be seen as a mirror of our essential geometry. It represents, so to speak, a seed of creation. What we observe in it will face over time the changing winds of the earth signs, the manifestations of the earth signs, the connections of the water signs, and the inspiration of the fire signs, always by a different moment thanks to the planetary transits. We could say that planetary transits describe the weather through which our being will move over the years, creating new versions of itself with the new information it gathers, through the experience it undergoes, some more comfortable than others. And the transit of Jupiter allows us to expand our conscious stage by expanding the archetypal energy of the sign it transits. The transition of Jupiter from Taurus to Gemini marks a fascinating evolution in our journey of discovery and exploration. While in Taurus, Jupiter focused us on experiencing and appreciating the physical world, valuing solidity and constancy. Its entry in Gemini shifts the focus towards a more intellectual and communicative dimension. While Jupiter in Taurus, learning was centered on the tangible, understanding and valuing what we can touch, smell, and taste. It was a time to appreciate the art of patience, the beauty of gradual growth, and the richness of simplicity. We learned about resilience and the value of slow but steady growth. Now, with Jupiter in Gemini, the focus dramatically shifts to exploring our perceptions and immediate environments through the lens of curiosity and communication. Gemini, ruled by Mercury, instigates a hunger for knowledge and a need to share that knowledge. This transit of Jupiter fosters an insatiable thirst for questions and answers. It invites us to question everything around us, to seek connections where we previously saw separations, and to open ourselves to the idea that everyone we meet has something to teach us. Curiosity is not just a way to accumulate data. It is a means to connect more deeply with the world and the people around us. Jupiter in Gemini enhances our communication skills, making them key tools for our exploration of the environment. We become more adept at using language not only to express what we know, but to explore what we do not know. Conversations can quickly shift from the superficial to the profound, revealing hidden layers of meaning and understanding. The progression of Jupiter from Taurus to Gemini is an invitation to expand our understanding of the world, not only through what we can hold in our hands, but also through what we can discover in our minds. It encourages us to be eternal students of the universe, always questioning, always learning, and always sharing our discoveries. Think of Jupiter as the one who gives you a push on the back just when you're standing in front of a door that says, "What else is here?" Wherever Jupiter is positioned in your birth chart, that's the area of your life that's ready to be explored and expanded. It's like you have a map with a big circle marking the treasure, and Jupiter is the one encouraging you to dig. Yes, with Jupiter, sometimes we go overboard. We might eat too much, buy too much, love too much. But those excesses aren't just leaps in your judgment. They're neon signs saying, "Hey, look here, something needs attention." Those excesses show you the limits of your current map and prompt you to ask why they are there and what they really mean to you. When you dive into the fun that Jupiter offers, it's easy to forget Saturn, the planet of responsibility, which builds structures like the continuity of reality. If you find yourself committing excesses, you're likely ignoring the lessons of your natal Saturn. That reminder in your chart telling you that even expansion needs a structure, a plan, a bit of discipline. Jupiter shows you where and how you can grow. But for that upgrade in your life to be more than just a wild party that leaves only blurry memories, you need to take those expansive insights and take concrete steps to integrate them into your life. This is the part where you come down from Jupiter's cloud and plant your feet on Saturn's ground. So, as Jupiter traverses your chart, use it. Use it to open new doors, to try new things, to expand your horizons. But remember that every party comes with its own hangover, and the key is to learn from the fun as well from the mistakes. And then use those learnings to build something lasting. This is how you truly take advantage of Jupiter's transits, living large, but keeping your eyes on the path you are building under your feet. When Jupiter transits through the first house, especially in a communicative and versatile sign like Gemini, there is a notable expansion in how you present yourself to the world and how others perceive you. This house, which governs personal identity and first impressions you give, is influenced by Gemini's energy to foster a period of personal reinvention and greater expressiveness. With Jupiter in this position, you might feel driven to explore different facets of your personality, perhaps adopting new ways of expressing yourself that you hadn't considered before. This can include anything from changing your physical appearance to adopting new modes of communication. Gemini's influence makes this process dynamic and varied, allowing you to experiment with multiple possible selves. Additionally, Jupiter in the first house in Gemini can increase your curiosity and desire to learn. You might find yourself seeking new experiences that challenge your way of thinking and broaden your worldview. This transit is excellent for initiating projects that require communication skills, such as writing, public speaking, or teaching. With Jupiter in Gemini transiting the first house, there is an opportunity to explore and expand your identity in ways that reflect a diversity of interests and talents. It's a time to be bold and venture into being a larger, more expressive version of yourself, taking advantage of Gemini's duality and adaptability to explore who you can become. When Jupiter transits the second house in the sign of Gemini, there is a notable expansion in the realm of your personal resources and finances. Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion, promotes growth in your income, but due to Gemini's nature, this growth may come through several small sources or multiple projects. Gemini brings versatility and curiosity to any area it touches. So with Jupiter here, you might find yourself exploring new ways to earn money that require mental agility or communication skills. This could manifest in diversifying your investments, participating in projects that require negotiation and sales skills, and even exploring side jobs that leverage your verbal and written abilities. Additionally, this transit can motivate you to learn more about finances, so you can better manage your money. Jupiter in Gemini encourages education, and in the second house, this tendency may be directed towards understanding economic concepts, investments, or innovative ways of budgeting and financial planning. However, it is important to be cautious of Jupiter's tendency towards success, and in Gemini, dispersion can also affect how you manage your resources. There may be a tendency to overspend or invest in too many things at once, diluting your efforts and resources. The key is to use Jupiter's expansive energy to establish solid foundations and not to spread your assets too thin. With Jupiter in Gemini in the second house, there is an excellent opportunity to expand your financial resources by exploring new forms of income and financial education. This period urges you to be innovative and adaptable in your financial approaches, taking advantage of opportunities to learn and grow in areas you hadn't considered before. With Jupiter in Gemini in the third house, there is a significant expansion of the areas of communication and learning. Jupiter is known for its amplifying and beneficial influence, and in Gemini, a sign ruled by Mercury, This expansion focuses on everything related to the exchange of ideas, language, and education. This transit can open doors to new forms of communication. You might discover a talent for writing, speaking, or teaching that you didn't know you had. Jupiter here fosters curiosity and a desire to learn, leading you to explore broad and varied topics. And you might find yourself enrolling in courses, workshops, or seminars to satisfy this new thirst for knowledge. Additionally, Jupiter in the third house can improve your relationships with siblings, cousins, and neighbors, expanding your network of close contacts and strengthening bonds through communication and mutual understanding. Conversations with these people can now be more frequent, more meaningful, or simply more enjoyable. Short trips can also become a source of personal expansion and discovery during this transit. Each small journey can be an adventure, an opportunity to learn something new, or to see the world from a different perspective. However, with Jupiter, there is always the risk of excess, and in the third house, this could manifest as a dispersion of energies in too many interests at once, or talking more than listening to others. The key is to harness Jupiter's ability to expand and enhance while maintaining some discipline to stay focused. With Jupiter in Gemini in the third house, there is an excellent opportunity to grow through communication, learning, and connections with others. This transit encourages you to open your mind, experiment with new ways of expressing yourself, and enjoy intellectual exchanges that enrich your life and expand your world. When Jupiter, the planet of expansion and growth, enters Gemini in the fourth house, it brings a series of opportunities to enrich and expand aspects of your life related to home and family. This transit can signal a period of positive growth and development affecting your domestic environment and family relationships. During this transit, you might feel the urge to make significant changes in your home. This could manifest as a renovation, an expansion of your current living space, or even moving to a place that better suits you and your growing needs. Jupiter in Gemini fosters creativity, so you might find yourself exploring more vibrant and varied decorations, or incorporating new and useful technologies into your home. In terms of family dynamics, Jupiter in the fourth house can improve relationships through more open and frequent communication. It can be a time to heal all wounds or misunderstandings through honest dialogues. Jupiter here can also bring joy through family gatherings that may be more frequent or more meaningful during this period. This transit might also spark an interest in exploring your genealogy or cultural heritage, leading to a greater understanding of your roots and a deeper appreciation of your family history. However, it is important to be aware of Jupiter's tendency to excess. In the fourth house, this could translate to making too many changes in the home or having unrealistic expectations about family harmony. The challenge will be to find a balance between expanding your domestic world and maintaining a stable and secure environment. Jupiter in Gemini in the fourth house opens doors to new ways of living and relating within your family and home environment. It is a propitious period for personal growth through the foundation of your life, encouraging you to make your home a space that reflects both your internal growth and your external aspirations. When Jupiter, the planet of expansion and luck, transits through Gemini in the fifth house, it brings with it a powerful surge of creative energy and an openness to new forms of fun, artistic expression, and romance. This transit is known for fostering joy and playfulness, offering opportunities to explore and enjoy life in a freer and more creative way. Jupiter in the fifth house invites you to unleash your creativity. you might find yourself engaging in artistic activities you previously didn't dare to explore. Gemini's influence adds variety and curiosity, pushing you to experiment with different media or artistic forms. It is an excellent time to start creative projects that require innovative thinking and communicative skills, such as writing, acting, or designing. This transit can also ignite the flame of romance. Jupiter here tends to bring opportunities for romantic encounters that are both intellectually stimulating and emotionally enriching. If you are single, you might find more opportunities for dates and new romantic interests, while those in existing relationships could experience a renewed sense of adventure and playfulness in their love life. The fifth house also governs pleasure and leisure, so with Jupiter in this house, you are likely to find yourself exploring new forms of entertainment and recreation. This could be a period where you feel more inclined to take risks in playful activities, from sports to travel and games. If you have children, this transit can enhance your relationships with them, making your interactions more playful and educational. If you don't have children, a stronger desire to interact with kids or consider expanding your family might arise. However, as with any Jupiter transit, excess can be an issue. In the fifth house, this could manifest as a tendency towards indulgence or drama, especially in matters of the heart or financial investments in risky areas like gambling. The challenge will be to enjoy the expansion and opportunities for pleasure without losing sight of moderation. Jupiter in Gemini in the fifth house is an invitation to live fully, explore your passions, and express yourself more broadly and boldly. It's a time to enjoy life, fall in love, and create from the heart, while opening yourself to the multiple forms of joy the universe has to offer. When Jupiter, the great benefactor and expander, transits through Gemini in the sixth house, it brings significant boosts to the areas of work, health, and daily routines. This transit promotes improvements and growth in how you handle your daily responsibilities and to take care of your physical well-being. Jupiter in the sixth house can bring opportunities to expand your skills and responsibilities at work. You might find new doors opening in terms of projects or even promotions that require greater communication and versatility, qualities associated with Gemini. This transit also favors relationships with coworkers and subordinates, facilitating a more collaborative and dynamic environment. The transit also puts a spotlight on health, motivating you to adopt better habits or routines that can enhance your overall well-being. Jupiter here can inspire you to learn more about nutrition, exercise, and effective ways to manage stress. Given Gemini's influence, you might be drawn to activities that benefit both body and mind, such as yoga, Pilates, or even sports that require mental agility. Jupiter in the sixth house invites you to review and improve your daily routines. It's an excellent time to implement systems or technologies that help you become more efficient. Gemini's influence may encourage you to try new methods or tools that make your daily life more interesting and less monotonous. However, Jupiter's tendencies towards success can manifest in the sixth house as a tendency to take on too many commitments or to overestimate your energy and resources. The challenge will be balancing expansion and growth with the need to maintain a sustainable level of activity without compromising your health. Jupiter in Gemini in the sixth house offers a golden opportunity to expand your horizons in work and health. It encourages you to be more proactive in caring for your well-being and managing your daily obligations. It's a time to explore new ways of working and self-care, that are not only effective but also stimulating and enriching. When Jupiter, the planet of expansion and luck, transits through Gemini in the 7th house, the stage is set for significant growth in relationships and partnerships. This transit promotes improvement and expansion in your closest connections, whether personal, professional, or both. Jupiter in the 7th house can bring a season of renewal and deepening in your current relationships. If you are in a partnership or marriage, you may experience a new phase of understanding and shared adventure. Jupiter here encourages honesty, generosity, and an expansion of perspectives, which can help resolve all conflicts or reignite the spark in relationships that may have become routine. For those who are single or seeking new business connections, Jupiter in the 7th house can open doors to significant encounters. With Gemini's influence, these new relationships are likely to be intellectually stimulating, with a strong foundation in communication and the exchange of ideas. This is an excellent time to form alliances that are not only beneficial, but also personally enriching. In terms of legal or contractual matters, Jupiter in this house favors negotiations and signing contracts. Partnerships formed under this transit tend to be fair and mutually beneficial, as Jupiter brings its quality of justice and balance to any agreement. This transit also emphasizes the personal growth that can be achieved through relationships. Jupiter encourages you to learn from your partners, to expand your personal horizons through your interactions with others, and to explore new ways of being in relation to others. However, it is important to be mindful of Jupiter's tendency to exaggerate, which in the 7th house could manifest as unrealistic expectations towards partners or a tendency to commit too quickly in relationships or agreements without due consideration. With Jupiter in the 7th house transiting Gemini, abundant opportunities arise to enrich your relationships and explore new forms of partnerships. It is a time to open yourself to connections with others, to learn through exchange, and to enjoy the growth that comes from sharing your life in a meaningful and harmonious way. When Jupiter, the planet of expansion and opportunities, transits through Gemini in the 8th house, it activates a powerful dynamic of growth in the deep and often hidden areas of life. This transit can catalyze significant changes and provide new perspectives on issues of intimacy, shared finances, and personal transformation. Jupiter in the 8th house can expand your understanding and experience of emotional and sexual intimacy. It can bring a more open and adventurous disposition towards intimate relationships, helping you explore new dimensions of connection with your partner. This period is conducive to healing old emotional wounds through shared experiences that are both revealing and transformative. In terms of finances, Jupiter can bring benefits through investments, inheritances, or resources managed jointly with others. This transit favors financial decisions involving others, such as loans, legacies, or partnerships. It's a good time to re-evaluate and optimize how you manage shared resources, seeking ways to expand these assets fairly and beneficially for all parties involved. Jupiter in the 8th house also invites a deeper exploration of esoteric or spiritual topics. You might feel drawn to studies about life after death, astrology, deep psychology, or any areas dealing with the occult and mysteries of life. This transit favors personal growth through understanding the underlying processes that govern our lives. Ultimately, this transit is fundamentally transformative. Jupiter here pushes you to grow through experiences that challenge your limits and force you to reconsider what you knew about yourself and the world. It can be a time of personal rebirth, where old patterns of behavior and beliefs are stripped away to make room for a new perspective of life. Although the opportunities for growth and expansion are significant with Jupiter in the 8th house, there is also a challenge to handle these themes with depth and responsibility. The temptation to go to extremes can be strong, and it is crucial to maintain a balance to avoid complications, especially in finances and relationships. With Jupiter in Gemini in the 8th house, there is an extraordinary opportunity to explore and expand your horizons in the deepest and most transformative aspects of life. It is a time to confront and heal the hidden, to manage shared resources wisely, and to discover the regenerative power of genuine intimacy and personal transformation. When Jupiter, the planet of expansion and opportunities, transits through Gemini in the 9th house, it initiates a fertile period for intellectual growth, exploration of new cultures, and deepening of philosophical and spiritual matters. Jupiter in the 9th house is a natural promoter of education and learning. Under Gemini's influence, this can manifest as a renewed and expanded interest in higher studies, especially those requiring communication, writing, or analytical skills. This transit is excellent for learning languages, attending courses in various subjects, or even starting an academic pursuit that had been postponed. This transit is also known for fostering travel, especially those that expand your understanding of the world. With Jupiter in Gemini, these journeys are not only physical, but also intellectual. You might be drawn to destinations offering educational experiences, such as seminars or retreats, or places that expose you to new ideas and cultures. Jupiter in the 9th house enhances reflection in the big questions of life. Gemini adds a dimension of curiosity and openness, encouraging you to explore new philosophies, religions, and belief systems. It's an excellent time to connect with people and teachers who can offer different perspectives, enriching your worldview and understanding of different cultures and philosophies. If you have inclinations towards writing or publishing, this transit can be particularly fruitful. Jupiter in Gemini in the 9th house can help you publish works that reflect your explorations and learnings, whether in the forms of books, blogs, or articles. Although Jupiter generally brings positive and growth-oriented energy, it's important to be aware of not overextending yourself. The 9th house can drive a desire to take on more than is practical, leading to excessive commitments or distractions from your main goals. With Jupiter in Gemini in the 9th house, you are in an ideal moment to expand your mind, soul, and world. It's a time to learn, travel, and explore, taking advantage of opportunities to deepen your understanding of the world and your place in it. When Jupiter, the planet of expansion and fortune, transits through Gemini in the 10th house, it opens up a field of opportunities for professional growth and public recognition. This transit can mark a significant period in your work life, where visibility and opportunities to advance in your career are greatly enhanced. Jupiter in the 10th house encourages you growth in your career, increasing your ambitions, and providing opportunities to take on roles of greater responsibility. If you have been seeking a promotion or wish to change your career path, this transit can offer the openings you need. Gemini's influence adds versatility, allowing you to quickly adapt to new positions or diversify your skills. Jupiter in this position can also enhance your reputation. You may find that your public profile rises, whether through recognitions, awards, or simply by being more visible in your field. This is an excellent time for public relations or to use media and social networks to promote your skills and achievements. During this transit, relationships with authority figures or mentors are likely to be particularly beneficial. Jupiter can bring influential guides who help you navigate and make the most of the opportunities for professional growth. Given that Gemini values learning and Jupiter promotes expansion, this transit can also be a favorable period for continuing formal education. You may feel motivated to enroll in advanced courses or training programs that not only expand your knowledge, but also strengthen your CV. Although Jupiter generally indicates expansion and benefits, it transits through the 10th house requires careful management of new opportunities. There is a risk of overpromising or expanding too quickly, especially under Gemini's restless influence. It is vital to balance enthusiasm with practical and realistic planning. With Jupiter in Gemini in the 10th house, an exceptional moment arises for growth and visibility in your career. This transit encourages you to be bold in your professional ambitions, explore new areas of interest, and use your communication skills to advance and stand out in your field. When Jupiter, known for its expansive and benevolent influence, transits through Gemini in the 11th house, it presents a golden opportunity to expand your social circle and strengthen your connections with groups and communities. This transit can significantly impact how you interact with others and how these bonds contribute to your long-term goals. Jupiter in the 11th house brings an increase in social opportunities, facilitating new friendships and expansion of your network of contacts. Under Gemini's influence, these connections are likely to be intellectually stimulating, fostering creativity and the exchange of ideas. It's an excellent time to get involved in groups, clubs, or communities that reflect your interests and aspirations. Beyond personal friendships, Jupiter can help enhance your involvement in groups or in communities activities. You may feel more motivated to collaborate in group projects or initiatives that have a social or community impact. This transit is conducive to teamwork and achieving goals that require collective efforts. The 11th house also relates to your long-term hopes and dreams. With Jupiter here, you may find a renewed sense of purpose or clarity about what you want to achieve. The connections you establish during this period can play a crucial role in realizing your goals, providing resources, support, or simply inspiration. Jupiter in this position can also mean obtaining tangible benefits through your social connections. Opportunities may arise through friends or acquaintances that help you advance both personally and professionally. While Jupiter brings many blessings, its presence in the 11th house requires balancing your social life with other areas of your life. Jupiter's tendency to expand can lead you to overload your social agenda or scatter your energies in too many directions. With Jupiter in the 11th house, you are in a fertile period to forge connections that not only enrich social life, but also support your broader aspirations. This transit encourages you to think big, dream big, and connect with others who share your visions and desires for a better future. When Jupiter, the planet of expansion and growth, transits through Gemini in the 12th house, it awakens an opportunity to explore the depths of your inner self and spirituality. This transit can promote a period of healing and personal renewal, allowing you to connect with aspects of yourself that are usually hidden or suppressed. Jupiter in the 12th house invites an expansion of your understanding of your inner world. It can be a time for introspection and meditation, where you explore your dreams, intuitions, and all that is part of your subconscious. With Gemini's influence, this process can be especially dynamic, with discoveries and insights coming through various sources and experiences. This transit is also conducive to healing all wounds and releasing psychic or emotional burdens you have been carrying. Jupiter here brings a sense of hope and renewal, helping you let go of what no longer serves your well-being. You may find that during this period, you feel motivated to seek therapeutic or spiritual help to support you in this process of cleansing and healing. The 12th house is also associated with spirituality and karma. With Jupiter in Gemini here, there may be a renewed interest in spiritual practices that allow you to connect more deeply with the divine or your own spiritual path. It can be a time of expanding your spiritual perspective, where new forms of faith and spiritual practices become important. Jupiter in this house can also manifest through service activities or periods of retreat that allow you to reflect and reconnect with yourself. It can be a good time to participate in spiritual retreats or activities that involve selfless service, offering deep satisfaction and personal growth. While Jupiter brings many blessings, in the 12th house, it is also important to be careful with the tendency to ignore reality in favor of an inner life or even fantasies. The challenge will be to maintain a balance between the internal world and external responsibilities. You may also feel a lack of concentration and dispersion that seems to come from nowhere. Jupiter expands the unconscious, and with Gemini, it fills it with air. With Jupiter in Gemini in the 12th house, a valuable period for introspection and spiritual growth opens up. This transit offers you the opportunity to connect with the deepest parts of your being, explore your spirituality, and heal all emotional and psychic wounds. It's a time to let go, cleanse, and prepare for a new beginning when Jupiter eventually moves into the first house.